when a man's horse was his most prized possession. On behalf of the One-Armed Bandit and Company, we take you back over 100 years. A horse like this served mankind in many ways. Cowboys and Indians alike would lay the reins down on the neck of a horse to shoot their weapons while steering the horse with their legs. That's exactly what John Payne is doing right here, right now. He only has one arm, and it is taking care of the whip in that left hand. You're looking at an endurance horse. A horse that can run like the wind for miles on end. Possibly a Pony Express horse, carrying the United States mail back to the 1800s. These horses were usually about half broken, kind of hard to handle, but could run a long way. A line rush mount could get you there first to claim the best lands. You know, Indians worship their horses, relied on them in warfare and to chase buffalo across the plains. But if you were a white man riding through hostile Indian territory, a horse with speed and endurance could save your scalp and carry you to the safety that is so important. The Indians are after the white man from Shidler, Oklahoma. Watch yourself, John. Get out of harm's way, because the Indians are after the paleface. Yeah, yeah. Get him out of here. Yeah. Wow. Such a symbol of tradition.
Over here.
And heritage. Look at this. The buffalo. The great American bison. That animal and their counterparts were the supreme ruler, the monarch of the plains. Those bulls you're looking at right now could weigh 2,000 pounds, and these do stand over 6 foot tall at the shoulder. At one time, they were 60 million strong, the largest animal group ever assembled on planet Earth. There were so many that a man could walk horizon to horizon on their backs and never touch the ground. Herds 100 miles across. You see a wallow? Why do they do that? Clean themselves and shield their bodies from biting bugs and insects. Huge windpipes supply air to the enormous lungs. Mouths open wide and black tongues flop in the wind, trampling everything in their paths. The buffalo. Some of the meanest creatures alive. They'll kill a man, they'll hook a horse, they'll hook a dog or a pickup truck. They don't care. They'll fight to the death. They're scared of nothing, and they know. Their confidence is that they can defend themselves against any intruder except one, the white man. High-tech rifles that decimate the great herds killing buffalo became a pastime. The railroad blocked the buffalo hunters in and hauled the buffalo bones out. This infuriated the Indians. They worshipped the buffalo and wasted nothing. For eons of time, buffalo provided mankind with food, shelter, and tools. It was greed that caused it all. After only 15 years of slaughter, buffalo had roamed no more. By 1883, only 200 buffalo had survived the carnage. Embedded deep in our history, they have left a rich and unequaled legacy of feeding the struggling nation in its infancy. The buffalo deserve the right and have paid the price to truly be a celebrated American icon. Anyone who enters the domain of the buffalo had to be bad to the bone. Like this little lady right behind me. I love this. Oh, buddy. Well,
we're about to watch, Wayne Brooks, is absolutely breathtaking and something that you never tire of.
You own a camera, you own a video camera, put your beer down and get it out right now, because that man with one arm, and that is no act, that's a real deal. One-armed bandit, he drives that mule with his feet and his legs. Electricity took that arm from him over 30 years ago when he needed to feed his family, and this is how he does it right here. Little look over the edge. It's a long way down. He has become one of the most celebrated animal trainers in the world today. And if there's animals that are uncontrollable, they call that guy John Payne and his family, a.k.a. the one-armed bandit. He knows everything about them, but he also knows that you gotta handle buffalo a little different than you handle any other animal in the world. You split them up. If you're gonna control them, if you're gonna get them to do what you want them to do, you split them up. You can't leave them together as a herd, and you gotta be careful anytime you're near them at all times.
They are as unpredictable as the California wind. And I want to tell you that's exactly what he was trying to do. He's talking to him in only a way that he can. Ladies and gentlemen, he is attempting to do something that only one man in the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association would even think about doing. Listen to him talk to him. One man, one family, 2 buffalo, and a mule named Mo.
You can understand why he would call on the sure-footedness of a mule to do what he does right here in this arena. You're up on the back of that truck, you're up on the back of that trailer. You want to make sure you've got your best steed under you, regardless of how long his ears are.
And in just a moment, you will see why. He needs something so sure-footed. Look at this, will ya? Get on up there. Take a peek now. Ladies and gentlemen, the one-armed bandit and company from Chandler, Oklahoma, and the great John Payne.
Ease down off the back of that trailer. Send the buffalo on their way, and then I want you to watch the handle on this mule. As good as a cutting horse, as good as a reining horse, but I don't think you'd want to take your $100,000 horse and try this right here. Up on the back he goes again. Doesn't matter what you do with him. Spin him to the left, spin him to the right, move him forward, move him back. This mule and that man are absolutely amazing. On the back of a moving truck and trailer, where else in the world will you see what you're watching right here today? Be careful, Johnny, be careful. Off he goes, easy as pie. Ladies and gentlemen, 10 times this man and his family have been recognized as the best in our industry. I know you appreciate good talent when you see it. He wouldn't come back until the 100th anniversary. Do me a favor, give him the ovation he deserves. That is John Payne, the one